Alex here with a video on, let's call it a high conflict child custody video on litigation revenge. That's a good topic. People are complaining that their exes are using litigation as revenge for them breaking up with them. I've heard this complaint since I started the channel, and I don't think I've done any videos on it because what are you going to do about it? Everybody complains about this to the judges. Everybody being maybe like 70%. Maybe it's less now than it used to be. Maybe people with lawyers stopped bothering because it never works, never goes anywhere. But yes, it's an issue. It's a real issue. It does happen. It's absolutely real. Some people even have text messages and emails from the people who say that. Yeah, if you get back together with me, I'll end the custody case. Because if you split up with me, I'm taking the kid and you'll never see your kid again. Yes, it's in all the messages. The judges see it all the time. It's horrible. It's one of the most vile ways that somebody can control a relationship is they know that you want to break up with them and you want to leave them and that you want to move on and find somebody better. They know all that. And guess what? You have a kid with me, so I'm going to sue you for custody. Ha ha, what are you going to do about it? Now you have to stay with me. That's exactly what's going on in a bunch of these cases. And there's nothing that I think that the judges can do about it except maybe scold them. Maybe in the most extreme example, if somebody sends you like a message that says, if you break up with me, I'm going to get custody and then hurt the child, maybe then you can use that and the judge can say, okay, look, I can see that they're going to abuse the child. So we'll use one of the statutes that contemplates child abuse to get you custody of your kid. But other than that, it's a really sucky situation for so many people. And this is why I just didn't do the video, because there's no solution to the problem. All I can really do for those of you who are suffering this is tell you what I would do and wish you the best. And maybe you can post stuff in the comments if you'd like to, but I've never heard of a situation where somebody went to court and said, hey, my ex said that since we're breaking up, that's why he wants to get custody and that's it. And then the judge goes, oh, okay, well, you get sole custody and he gets nothing. And I say it from that perspective because typically that's the gender. Typically, it's the guy who's using that as a weapon against the mom. Maybe it was different back in the day because there wasn't a joint physical custody situation. In fact, I wouldn't even say maybe, I'd say probably it was different. And dads probably didn't want to lose access to their kids, and so they stayed with, their wife or whatever. But the situation now is different. Now there's joint custody that's being given out all the time, at least in Nevada. And so it's kind of flipped around. It's kind of funny how that happened. It's seriously flipped around to where I get emails and it's never an email of a mom saying she's going to take the kid. It's the other way around saying, they're going to get joint custody just to frustrate me. Well, that happens in so many of these cases. It's a really ugly, mean, controlling thing to do, and there's just nothing that they can do about that unless it goes to the level of severe abuse. And a lot of times I have a feeling that people get into court and they're like, yeah, I'm sorry I said that. I was just frustrated and I didn't want to get broken up, but I won't do that now. And then that's it. I mean, the courts move on. The courts move on because when people split up, they act differently than when they're together. And if people continue to do things after they're split up, it's more of an indicator of what the problem's going to be going forward than it was when they were together, because that's going to be the new situation. They're splitting up, they're separating. So this is one of the reasons why domestic violence isn't always the silver bullet in these cases anymore. A lot of times people are very frustrated about that too. They go into court, they have domestic violence, the statute says they're not supposed to get physical custody, and there's a lot of judges who think, well, now you guys aren't living together, so the violence is over. And say what you will about that, in a lot of cases it's true. In a lot of cases it's true, not all of them. In some cases that person's a chronic abuser, but in some cases those people just couldn't be together. They just brought out the worst in each other. And they split up, separate, move on, don't live together anymore, and all of a sudden the violence issues are gone. They're just gone. They're completely gone. It happens. So I guess that's all I have for you guys in this video, really. The last thing that I was going to say was what I would do, and that was what I did do, which was just I litigated the case. Yes, my ex did create an impression that I was never going to see him again as punishment for leaving her. Yes, it's true, that happened. Yes, I probably could have gotten back. Yes, I sometimes worried that she would hurt him on purpose just because she could. Yes, I thought of all these things like a lot of you think, and I just decided that for me, the best choice was to continue the separation and continue to litigate. Other people come to different decisions. Who am I to really judge them? I'm just going to tell you guys that I had those considerations too. I had those fears too. And I chose to continue the separation and to continue the litigation. And in my particular case, it ended in a termination of her parental rights. Most cases, it's not going to happen because of how severe that solution, the use of that solution by the courts is rare because it's such a severe thing for the courts to do. All right, guys, I think that's all I have for you on this topic. If you have any questions, feel free to post them down in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time.